Greetings everybody, my name is Greatbritishgeek, and don't worry about my last video, I have not left YouTube. Obviously, if you watch the full video you will know that that was an April Fool's prank. It was a very, very cliche one, and that's mainly just because I wasn't going to do anything for April Fool's, but I woke up and I thought, oh, you know what, let's just do something quickly. Let's just say I'm quitting YouTube because that's what everyone does, and I also kind of had a good excuse for it. But anyway, the other great thing about April 1st is that Season 2 of Attack on Titan premiered today, and it was fantastic. I know I said that I don't really, I do like Attack on Titan, it's just not one of my favourites, and that's true, but I do still really like it, and I know there's a whole taboo if you like Attack on Titan because it's so mainstream, but even though it's because it's mainstream, that obviously shows that it is good, it does have some good qualities, and I will agree that I don't think Attack on Titan is as fantastic and phenomenal as people make out to be, but I will agree that it is a really good series. I enjoyed series 1, I enjoy the manga, and I really enjoy the video game. I've got it on my PlayStation. So I watched Attack on Titan Season 2 Episode 1, like literally just finished it like 10 seconds ago. And so I've got a few thoughts that I thought I would like to, I thought you guys might like to hear, and would just kind of share them with you, and yeah. I would also like to say that this is not spoiler free. This video contains spoilers. I know that most of you by this point, if you're watching this video, you probably have seen episode 1 of season 2, or you have read the manga, so I'm sure this won't be a problem because I am only going to reveal spoilers for the most recent episode, episode 1 of season 2, but I'm just putting it out there just in case you haven't seen it yet or you haven't read the manga, and you don't get upset or you don't get anything spoiled. So this contains spoilers. Right, let's go. So right off the bat, obviously season 2 continues literally straight after the last episode of season 1, and it gives you just a brief reminder of some of the important events that happened over season 1, because obviously there were a lot of fillers in season 1, so it just kind of fills in the beginning, middle and end, and it's very quick. It's probably like a 10-20 second filler, which is very good. And it also means that, you know, the fact that it continues straight after season 1 is that there's no fillers. It doesn't just spend the whole episode catching up and just introducing everyone again. It just gets straight into the action, which is really, really good. I really enjoyed that. The second thing I noticed as well is that the art style is slightly different. Now I noticed this when I looked at Hanji. I noticed that Hanji's face looked different than it did in season 1. In season 1, she was, because obviously like in the manga, Hanji has no gender. The author has never ever specified the gender. I know in a lot of the English translations that that Hanji is referred to as Hanji. Well, in the Japanese they're referred to as Hanji-san, which is translated into the English as Mr. Hanji, but that's simply because that san is Mr. and Mrs, and so it is really just a translation error. However, Hanji is portrayed as a female in the first season, and obviously they've got to continue that to the second season, otherwise it won't make sense. But I'll notice that the detail in the face is slightly different, because in a way it's less detailed, but in a way it's also more detailed. It's just her face shape seems to be slightly longer, and just the face, it looks a bit different. She looks a bit more manly, so I did notice the new art style. Levi looks different as well, and Eren. Now Levi and Eren aren't in there that much. They're only in the episode probably only about 20 seconds each, but I did notice that their faces did look different. Apart from that, pretty much everyone else, you know, Sasha, Connie, Mike, Bertolt, they all look the same, but there is a slightly different art style, and the outlines are a bit thicker as well. It's not bad, and you don't really notice it, but I noticed it just when I looked at Hanji's face, and I don't know whether that's because I haven't seen season 1 in a long time, and because I have mostly been playing the video game, and obviously the video game has a different animation because it's an entirely different thing, but the art style is slightly different. I would also like to say that the new opening song and opening animation are fucking awesome. I was also very happy to see that Hanji played quite a large part in the beginning half of the episode, because Hanji is my favourite character from Attack on Titan, and she was just an absolute badass, and I love her to bits, and yeah, Hanji had a nice little part there. So if you like Hanji, good news. And so obviously episode 1 is called Beast Titan, or Kemono no Kyojin, I believe. Kemono no Kyojin, I think that's right. Kanji down there. It should do. If I don't put it in there, I'm very sorry. But Kemono no Kyojin, Beast Titan. So if you've read the manga, you know what it's going to be talking about. And if you've seen the trailer, you know it's going to be talking about. It's talking about the Beast Titan, which is a very, you know, it's a good, big point of the plot. So it's nice that, you know, once again, they haven't just pissed about and made episode 1 a filler. They've gone straight into there. They're like, yes, we are following this manga. Let's go. I also feel like they set up quite well for episode 2. I'll go into that a bit more later, but obviously there's Titans in the Walls, which sets up for episode 2. There's the whole thing with the Beast Titan and character death, which all gets set up for the rest of the series, and I will talk about those in a bit more detail, just I'm kind of going through everything in chronological order. The episode also uses flashbacks quite well, so obviously it touches back into Eren's past, not for long, probably about for 20 seconds, but it does that, and it also flashbacks within itself, so something happens and then it reverses and goes back 12 hours and does like the whole thing again from a different perspective. And I really liked that because it showed lots of different dynamic to the same plot point and kind of just made everything seem a bit more intricate and kind of showed how everyone is being affected in different ways in different areas. So very nice use of flashbacks, both over short and long term. Also, Sasha and Connie drop some very relatable lines, like when Sasha says that her village told her to come back when she was normal. I literally feel like that's what the village I live in will tell me when I move out. They were like, don't fucking come back until you're normal, which basically means that I will never come back. I also feel like this episode was really action-packed. Like, it started off, you know, summing up season 1 very briefly, started off with some, like, quite a fair bit of action, had a bit of calm, more action, and then calm, and I feel like it balanced it really well because it had high intensity and low intensity moments and they were kind of spattered around nicely. It wasn't like, oh, everything's really low here, then everything's really high here, and then it drops again. It was kind of like, you know, high, low, high, low, high. It balanced it out really nicely, which I guess kind of meant things didn't get boring. And I also feel like when they stuck a low intensity moment in amongst the high intensity moment, it kind of, for me, it didn't annoy me. It kind of left me going like, oh my god, I'm on the edge of my seat, I can't take it. And I know that sounded sarcastic, but I kind of just came out a bit puffy there. But I think the episode balanced high intensity and low intensity moments very well. I also feel like it hasn't lost any of the things we loved about season 1. The characters, the fluid animation, the action-packed sequences, just all of it, all the stuff that everyone loved about season 1 is back and it's fantastic. Like, season 2, I know it's only been 1 episode, but it really has been worth the wait, and I'd say that so far it's done the manga proud and it's done season 1 proud, so I really am looking forward to what the rest of the season holds. I don't think I've ever really talked about this before, but I've never been a fan of 3D animation for anime, so I watched Ajin. I saw like the first 3 episodes. I kind of stopped watching because I was busy at the time, but I hate 3D animation. So Ajin, I hated it. Like, it's just, for me, it makes the faces look weird. And of course this doesn't have 3D animation, but I will say that there are some bits, you know, the bits when they're kind of galloping out on their horses, when they show you that from like far away, they kind of use 3D animation to show you all of the horses galloping at once. And to me, it was a bit meh. It was like, that's quite 3D animation, and for me it doesn't look right, and you might not have noticed it, you might be fine with it, but the animation for the horses when they're up close is different to when they're far away, so it only happened like 2 or 3 times, but those little bits of 3D animation is just a bit like, oh no, don't like that. Don't like that, get rid of that please. Obviously, as this is following the manga, I do feel like the introduction to the Beast Titan was a bit flat. Like, I know you want to stay as true to everything as you can, but maybe hype it up for the anime adaptation a bit, because obviously Mike goes off, fights some titans, and he turns around, he's like, oh, I'm a bit concerned about that abnormal over there. It's like, yeah, okay, I know you get abnormals that kind of crawl around and shit, but this one has really long arms and looks like a fucking Neanderthal. Like, or a Homo sapien or whatever. It's fucking hairy, it looks like an ape, it's got a beard. It's got a fucking Lamb of God beard, like, I wouldn't just be going, oh, I'm a bit concerned about that abnormal. It's like, no! I'd be very concerned about that abnormal, like, what the fuck is that? but you know, it was only a small point because the intensity with the Beast Titan then heights up, as I'm going to talk about now. So I feel like Mikei's reaction to obviously the Beast Titan talking was very good, and obviously if you know nothing about that, then it does kind of make you go, what the fuck? There's a talking Titan, why is that happening? I do think that that bit was very good, because it kind of, at first it doesn't show the Beast Titan talking, so you're kind of like, what? What? Did the fucking Titan just talk? And then it shows you, like, oh my god, yep, the fucking Titan's talking, okay. And of course, the episode ends with the death of Mikei. It's a very Walking Dead style death, obviously because the Beast Titan takes away his gear, and he picks it up, and it's like a little thing in his finger like that, and it's like, that really shows the size difference, because it often doesn't come across when they're fighting, so obviously they have to zoom in on the scouts, and so it makes them look a lot bigger against the Titans than they actually are. But when the Beast Titan picks up his little gear, which if you think about it, it's just 2 cylinders on his waist, and it's that big for him, it's like, yeah, okay, he's fucking massive. Oh, and I know you probably also saw this in the trailer, but fucking hell, the Beast Titan murders the horse. Like, no, horses are my favourite fucking animal. I love them. Like, do not kill the animal. Like, okay, the death of my favourite character will make me cry, but my god, the minute you kill an animal, especially a dog, cat, or a horse, then oh my god, no. So, big horse feels in that episode, and I knew it was fucking coming, and I fucking couldn't. And then fucking Mikei dies, and he's set on by the smaller Titans on order of the Beast Titan, and they rip him apart, and he's all sad, and I'm like, no, that was too much, that was high intensity, I could not deal with that. Why have I gone so stereotypically gay? And my final point is that, you know, the ending animation is very good. I like the colour contrast and the style. Not too keen on the ending song though, but it's okay because the opening song is awesome. There you go guys, those were my quick thoughts on Attack on Titan Season 2 Episode 1. It was only quick because I've literally only just watched it and I didn't really want to spend ages. You can see it on my TV there, I'm watching it on Crunchyroll. I'm not sponsored by Crunchyroll, but you should definitely get a subscription to Crunchyroll because it's amazing. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on Attack on Titan Season 2 Episode 1. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys do too. Really looking forward to the rest of the season, and I'm glad it's finally here because, you know, I do like Attack on Titan. Like, it's not my favourite, but I do really enjoy it. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video or Attack on Titan Season 2 Episode 1, The Beast Titan, Keimono no Kyojin, down in the not in the description, in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching, thank you for all the support, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to your heart's content, and remember, embrace the weird and stay geeky. Bye guys.